Hey everybody. Hey, it's another day. Today we're gonna get back on the 31. First thing I need to do today is I have the fenders for this thing off and they're outside. Well, excuse the air conditioner, but I have the fenders off, they're outside, they're on some stands out there. I'm gonna sand the underside of those fenders and spray an undercoat. And here's what we got. He ordered this, what is this? Raptor. It's a Raptor liner. It's a bed liner, and he wants to spray. Wants the underside of the fender sprayed. They're fiberglass, and I can understand you want some kind of coating on those because the rocks and stuff can come up and hit the underside of that fiberglass, and it'll crack it on the top side. It'll crack it underneath, but it'll crack through to the top side. So he wants some kind of a rubberized coating underneath it, so if any rocks fly up or whatever, they won't damage the fiberglass. They'll just kind of bounce off, and that's what this is going to do. So I have to figure out, and it's a pretty cool kit. It comes with the spray gun. I got to figure it all out. I guess this must be the hardener activator, and it's got it's got a little measuring cup. And it's got 4 canisters like this, and the gun screws onto the top of this. So I'm pretty sure you pour the activator in here. Yeah, it's got a fill line. Pour that in here, and then we'll have to shake it, I think. Let's see, what's it say? Yeah. Fill it with the hardener, shake it, and shoot it. So mix the hardener and Raptor, shake well for at least 2 minutes. You can shoot it. It says 40 to 60 psi. Spray an even coat. Allow it to dry for an hour and then apply a second coat. Okay. So 60 minutes. And you can roll this stuff too if you want, but we're going to spray it. So it's black. Pretty thick. So the game plan for to start off is to do that. I'm going to mix that up, spray the underside of the fenders. Then I'll have to let that dry, put a second coat on it, and then I'm gonna have to let that dry completely. While that's finishing with the drying process, I'm gonna pull the tail pan off of it and pull the doors, and then I need to prep that for some epoxy primer. So I'm gonna epoxy everything in black, but I'll get the tail pan ready and the doors ready, and then as soon as the fenders are ready and dried, the undercoat is dried, then we'll sand the top of those, and I'll prime all those in black. So I want to get all that done on this video, plus I want to get all that mounted up and everything. So first up, I need to go sand the underside of all the fenders, and the fenders are fiberglass. So if you've never sanded fiberglass, hey, go try it out. No, it's not any fun. Don't try it out. Because you need to wear a respirator. I should have long sleeves, but I'm not going to wear long sleeves. And so whatever part of your body you don't have, and I'm not wearing long sleeves because it's hot outside. Whatever part of your body you don't have covered, that fiberglass is probably going to make you itch. So, but make sure you wear a respirator if you do sand on fiberglass or do any kind of fiberglass work. So that's what I'm gonna head off to do. Get all that sanded up and ready and prepped, and then we're gonna get this ready to spray on it. And that's how we're gonna start out. So stick around. Okay, what you guys saw me do, I took the DA and sanded with 80 grit, and the DA pad is not real flexible, so I come back with a semi-soft block that has some flex to it, and I took 80 grit and went back over everything again, and then after that was over with, then I took a piece of Scotch-Brite pad, and because it's real pliable, and went back over all the edges and everything to make sure I got into all the little nooks and crannies and all that kind of stuff, so that it's sanded down. So now I'm going to go prep up the undercoating and get it ready to spray on. I had to come back and wipe everything down. I got to go read up on the undercoating and see how to mix it and how much time I have for it to flash and all that kind of stuff. So let me go get it ready, then I'll come back and wipe everything down, and then we'll spray the undercoating on it. So stick with me. All right, everything is sanded, wiped down, and ready to go. I mixed up the first can. I shake it for 2 minutes. I've been shaking it for about 1.5 minutes so far. I'm going to blow off the fenders again right before I go to spray. So we'll see how this goes. Stick around. Alright, well, here goes nothing. See how this goes. Wow. One can managed to get all 4 of those inner fenders. I was afraid I was going to have to mix a whole nother can just for part of a fender, but we barely made it. Okay, now it's got to set an hour, and it cures for an hour. My only problem right now is the damn love bugs came out. If you don't know what love bugs are, I'll try and catch one here in a second and show you. But it's a bug. It's a useless bug. They just fly around attached. And hang on, let me find one. This is the love bug. Oop. Well, that one got away. Anyway, they're horrible. Stain up your car, get in everything, and they're flying around here just as I started spraying this. So that's irritating. Anyway, let me go clean this gun up, and then we'll see, let this stuff set up, and then I'll put another coat on. So stick around. All right, it's been an hour. Finished shaking this up, and spray the second coat on here on these. So see how it goes. The first coat laid down really nice. It looks really good. I'm really impressed with this this stuff. This is Raptor is what I'm using, so I'm really impressed with it. It's easy to work with, easy to spray. The only complaint I would have is that this trigger is a little, it pinches. That's the only complaint I got, is it pinched my finger several times. So I don't know if my hand's too big or the gun's too small. So, but here we go. Alrighty. Worked out perfect. Alright. Now I'll give you an up close and personal look at how that turned out. I think it looks really, really good, actually. I think it'll protect those fenders really good. Got 2 of them little love bugs in right there. But that's a wrap. Let that sit there and cure. It was pretty much dry in an hour when I put the second coat on, so another hour it'll be good and dry. I'll move them inside and get them put up and get ready to do some primer on the outside of them. So let me go clean up and get everything done, and we'll get back on the fenders later. So I'll let these dry, and it'll be another day before I get back on it. So I'll see you when I come back. Hey guys, it's another day. We're gonna be back on the 31, or pick up from where we left off on the 31. But before I can do that, I got to do some rearranging. So we're gonna play like musical cars today. If y'all been watching for a while, my 56 has been right here in the middle where my lift is at. So as you can see right now, it's sideways. I got the dollies under it and everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the green Mustang and back it out, and then I'm going to take the, well, let's see, I'm going to back the green Mustang out. I'm going to move the 56 where the green Mustang is, and then I'm going to come over here and take the Nightmare and put it here where the 56 was at. And then I'm going to take the 31 from over there and put it over here, because I usually use this as either metalworking or assembly or whatever area here or over there, but I'd rather have the 31 over here where I can finish it up. I'm almost done with all the metal work on the Buick. Like those of you who've been following me, I got a little bit more to do in the trunk, under the rear seat, and there's a couple of little spots that I got to go back and hit real quick, but they're little small spots, so it won't take but a minute. And all the metal work will be done. So probably another week or so on the Riviera, and the metal work will be finished on it. So, and then I can start getting it ready to prime and kind of put all the body parts and stuff back together. But I want it here where my lift is, because when I get all the metal work done, I want to lift the body off of it so I can clean it and paint the frame and put the body bushings and stuff on it. So that's part of the reason for the rearrangement. So that's what I'm going to do first today, and then I'll be back on the 31. I got some stuff done on the 31 to get it ready to start going back together, and I'll show you that whenever I get this rearrangement done. So stick with me while I try and move all these vehicles by myself. So hope you get a good laugh at me moving crap. Stick around. Okay. Gimbal lost me, and I figured out, I read some instructions about the gimbal. It only works so many feet and on the face. So when it loses my face, or I get out of, I think it's 3 to 9 meters. So what is that? 18, no. 9 meters. That's what, 24? No. Well, this is 3 times 9. I'm having a complete brain lock right now. 27, so 27 feet, I guess. It loses me. I think the face is the biggest thing. So anyway, I got everything moved around. I'm gonna bring the Mustang back in, and we're gonna go to work on the Model A. So stick with me. All right, everybody. Hope all you guys and gals out there in YouTube land are doing well. Just want to say thank you for coming back. Thank you for watching the channel. Thank you for supporting the channel. I appreciate it greatly. If you're new, if you're not, hit that like, subscribe. Good, I got paint all over me. Hit that like, subscribe, notification, share, comment, all that good stuff. I guess it's okay if I wipe that on my shirt, huh? That doesn't want to come off. Well, that's not going to be good. Anyway, what I got going on, as you notice, I got everything moved around. So everything's moved. This is basically over here in the assembly area. So I know my buddy Mark will appreciate that. But if you look around, there, over there, over there, over there, there is a plethora of parts. So what the game plan is now is I'm going to try and get the fenders, the running boards, the headlights, I don't know what that pan is called underneath the radiator, but that, the radiator and the grill, I'm going to try and get all that put on. Tail pan, I got to put the tail lights back in the tail pan, get all that done. I started painting, if you look over here, I started painting the floor pan. I had got it all ready to mount in, and I hadn't painted the underside or the top side. So the underside is drying. As soon as that dries, I'll flip it over, I'll paint the top side. I painted the master cylinder so that it doesn't get all rusty, corroded, nasty, and all that kind of stuff up under the car. So what you're going to be watching me do now is put some parts on. And let's see how easy or hard that ends up being, so, and how much I have to fight it. But that's where we're going to start. So stick with me, and here we go. Okay, here's the problem I'm having. If y'all been with me on the journey of this car, I didn't take this car apart. It came to me basically in pieces. The body was just sitting on the chassis, and the suspension was just held in with a couple of bolts just so we could get it on the trailer to get it here. So since then, trying to put it back together has not been fun. So what I'm fighting with right now is when I got the fender on, here's the problem I got. And there's not enough flex to get that back. Plus I got a gap in here. So what I'm going to have to do now is I'm going to have to loosen up the body bolts and pull this one out. I did a check on the other side, and I think it's too far out on the other side. So I got to loosen all the body bolts because this is pinched between the body and the chassis. So I can slip those out. I loosened up the mounts, the running board mounts, but they're still not moving any. So I'm having some difficulty. I'm a little bit aggravated right at the moment. So I'm gonna loosen the body mounts up and see if I can get some of this to line up, and see if maybe I can get the running board to move back some, because I put these on and I went back and forth with them putting them on, and it's basically the only way they could go to be right. So I know they're in the right place, but I don't know how well these aftermarket fiberglass fenders fit. I don't know, and I didn't take it apart, so I'm not sure if I missed something. So I'm kind of driving by the seat of my butt. So that's where I'm at. Let me loosen those body mounts up, body mount bolts, and see what I can come up with. I'll be back. Okay, what I discovered. My front support was on the wrong side. The rear support was right, front support was on, switched over. So I moved the support over. I got the running board in place, but I still had a gap in here. But I put my bolts and everything in there and pulled that gap closed. So everything's good. Everything's bolted in. I got a couple more bolts I got to put in at the back under the fender well back there. But I got the back and that done. So now what I'm going to move on to is the front. So let me see. Hopefully I can get the front on here before I call it a day. So let's see what I can do. Stick with me. All right, guys. I think that's where I'm gonna leave it for the day. It's after 4. I got kind of aggravated a while ago, so I think I need to leave it alone till tomorrow. What we'll try and do tomorrow is get the rear fender. Try and get the rear fender mounted and the running board mounted on this side. Get it all connected. I don't have the right bolts for the lights to be bolted up, so I have to go get some of those. Before I put the radiator and stuff in, I need to put the stuff on the front of the engine and make it a little easier for me. I need to take the intake down, and I didn't put thread locker on the screws that holds these two pieces together, so I need to do that. And I think that'll be a tomorrow thing. But it's coming together. It's looking a little better. I don't know if this video is going to be very long. I'm going to get the fenders and stuff on the other side, and then I'll finish up this video. I may not get the stuff on the motor, so that may be in the next video. I had such a hard time fighting that running board. You know, I spent probably an hour and a half fighting that running board on this side, trying to get all that stuff to line up. So I'm hoping the other side's not as bad, but I'm having some alignment issues on the fender back here in the back, and the second hole's not lining up there, so I'm not really sure what's going on. So I don't know. I want to get the fenders mounted, and then I'll put the stuff on the engine, get the engine put back together, and then we'll do the radiator and stuff. So hang around with me till tomorrow. I appreciate you being here, and yeah, this has turned into as usual for me, this has turned into a pain. So till tomorrow. Okay, it's the next day. I'm gonna get back on the 31, get back on this side. I'm gonna try and get the running board and this rear fender mounted, and see where we need to go from there. So main thing is I want to get all the fenders and stuff mounted and in place, and that'll be a big chunk that's taken care of. So stick with me, and here we go. All right, well, I'm really not sure at what point my GoPro either overheated or the battery died or whatever. I don't know. I'm getting aggravated with these GoPros, or with this GoPro that I have. Anyway, I had to fight it. I don't know, these fiberglass fenders are, I don't know. Aftermarket stuff, I've learned over the years, the aftermarket stuff just doesn't fit. Not like the original stuff. It's not even close. But I managed to fight through, and here it is. I got the fenders mounted. One of the bolts, like right here, that bolts the fender is stripped out, but it's tight. It's tight, so. But I had to fight trying to get that to line up like I did on the other side. I had to fight getting this to line up in here. So the running board was much easier this time. So I don't know what the deal is, but anyway, tail pan's on. Yeah, I got that on the other day. All the fenders are in place. I have run out of nuts, bolts, and screws that I need to finish, because I need to put the nuts and bolts along this edge right here, and I need to put some, I can't remember where else I need to get. I got to get this to line up. I need bolt for here on both sides. I need carriage head bolts, the longer ones, to fit for the headlights. So I got to go get more nuts and bolts and washers and all that kind of stuff to finish tightening everything down. But the fenders are mounted, everything's on, as far as the body parts. Now, what I have discovered is I got a transmission mounted shifter that I got to mount, and then I got to cut a hole in the floor pan that I got back there that's all painted up and ready to go. So I guess since I'm out of nuts, bolts, and washers, that I'll call this video, for right now, a done video. The old 31's coming along. It's fighting me a little bit, but we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there, that's for sure. I think next up, the next video, I'm gonna mount that the shifter to the transmission. I'll go get the nuts, bolts, and washers and stuff, and I'll do that off video. I'm not gonna film that anymore. But I think I'll mount the shifter on the transmission, cut the hole in the floorboard, get that back in. Then I think I'm gonna work on the engine stuff, getting all the motor parts on it. Like I said, I got to pull the intake loose right here and put some Loctite on the screws that hold that intake down. There's a chance, I guess, those could back out while the engine's running, and it could cause a vacuum leak. So I need to do that. So I'll get all the stuff on the motor, I think, on the next one. And then once I get all the motor stuff on, I'll get the radiator and the grill. He's got a 32 grill for this thing, so I'm sure it's going to look pretty good. I kind of mocked it up one day, and it's going to look pretty good. So, but that'll be for the next video. Thank you guys for coming back. I appreciate it greatly. After this video, what you're probably going to see is some video of cruising the coast. I may spread it out over a couple of weeks, but we're going to be down there for, like, I don't know what it is, nine days, I think. I don't know if I'll video something every single day, but I'll shoot out some little videos of cruising the coast. If you've never been to cruising the coast, hey, there's so many cars down there. You know, there'll be 10,000 cars registered for the event. It's week long. It's the first Sunday of October through the second Sunday of October every year. So this year it's like the 5th through the 12th, I believe it is. Or 5th through the 12th, or 5th through the 13th. I can't remember. 5th through the 12th, I think. But if you've never been, man, you ought to go. If you like classic cars, it's like I said, there'll be 10,000 registered for the week for the events. There's like six or seven different car shows going on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and they're huge. They're in different locations between Bay St. Louis and Pascagoula, Mississippi. It's about a, I don't know, 40-mile stretch of highway along the beach. You can cruise along the beach. You can go to the spots you like the best. Personally, we like Bay St. Louis, the Pass Christian, Long Beach area, and all that stuff. We don't go to Pascagoula as much because you got to go through Biloxi if you're going to drive along 90 on the beach. And that stretch between the mall in Gulfport and Biloxi it's a high traffic area. It takes forever to get through there. So a lot of times we just we'll either bypass it, jump on the interstate and go around it, or we just don't go, unfortunately. But I think this year we're going to try and go down there. Go Chase got some stuff going on. They do a drive-in movie, I think the first Sunday night. You know, but like I said, there's 10,000 registered cars. There's probably a total of 15,000 classic cars, because there's probably at least 5,000 people that don't register that go down there and stay and cruise the beach and all that stuff. They just can't get into those Thursday, Friday, Saturday events with their car. They can park outside the event and walk in, but you know, they got live bands, they got celebrities, you know, Courtney Hanson and I can't remember the guy used to be on Foose's show, Overhauling, but Chris Jacobs. Sometimes he's there. Christy Lee's there. What's it? Oh, Martin Brothers. Anyway, Mandy and him are there usually, or they have been, I guess, the past couple of years. So they have celebrities, you know, Dennis Gage from My Classic Cars always there. So it's a really fun event. There's so many classic cars cruising up and down the beach, and you can cruise and have fun. You can watch some knuckleheads, but don't be a knucklehead in Biloxi, because the Biloxi police will hook you up. But anyway, so I'll be down there. I'm going to video some stuff down there, and I'll post it. So I hope you enjoy that. I'm hoping to sell the Mustang. It is up for sale, so it may go in the auction, I don't know, but we'll see. I'm gonna see if I can sell it down there. But I hope you enjoyed what I got done so far on the Model A. It's coming along. I'm trying to get it done here pretty quick, along with the Buick, and get those out of my shop. But thanks for coming back. Hey, thanks for watching. Please hit that like, share, subscribe, notification, all that kind of stuff. And I would appreciate it greatly, and it would help me get to that. You know, I'm not one of those hoping to get to 1 million subscribers. I'm one of those that's just trying to make that 10% of 1,000. So I don't think I'm ever gonna make any money at this, so don't worry about that. I'm not trying to do this for a living at all. I'm just trying to show what I do and just have a good time. So, you know, sometimes it's aggravating, but hey, I love doing the metal work, and I love working on old cars, and I got to build my own because I can't afford to go buy one of them, you know, 40, 50, 60,000 dollar rides. So that's basically why I got into it. But anyway, thanks for watching. Hey, like I always say, don't look down on yourself, don't look down on others. Always keep your head up. Keep your head up, you can get some stuff done. Get out there and work on these old rides, save a part of history. All right, until next time, bye.